my parents' idea of their children is that they are successful. Because they were poor, they think our children cannot be poor. They have to be educated. Out of poverty, they became so ambitious that each one of us has to finish. And my father selected everyone. There must be a doctor, there must be a pharmacist, there must be a lawyer.
Different concept of family planning.
Several years later, my mother ended up with enough money to buy a piano. That piano was not intended from the beginning for me. It was intended for everyone. My sisters were teaching me how to play the piano. There was a piano teacher living in another town 17 kilometers from our place. No transportation, no nothing. So we would wake up like 3 o'clock in the morning and walk 17 kilometers going that way, 17 kilometers. Piano lessons were so important. I would never be absent for anything, for any piano lesson, and regardless of the reason, whether I'm sick or not sick. Oh, that was a long time later. I don't like practicing. That's what I don't like. I don't even know the word talent. I don't know what that means. So I would not know I am talented. No, I'm capable. I never complained about something difficult. Even from the very beginning, it's not like, oh, this is too hard. In fact, the harder it is, the more I like it. I went to the university to study high school because they have also opened a music department. And I auditioned and I got a scholarship. I studied religion, I studied philosophy, I studied acoustics. I studied all these subjects that before I didn't pay attention. And I said, oh, that's what you have to learn when you have to enlarge your brain. You have to go to other field because otherwise it's all piano, piano, practice, practice, practice. I got a scholarship in Paris at the Conservatoire of the French government. There was a Belgian pianist who played in the Philippines. I mean, he was fantastic. And somehow, he heard me play in the practice room. He said, oh my God, you should study in Paris. And I did not know that that would be the beginning of my career because somebody chose me from the Philippines to study abroad. I got scared, so I got another teacher to help me. And the teacher didn't do anything. He made me practice just one note at a time. And I said, how can I ever learn if I just play one note every time? 1 month later, he said, okay, now play. I played the piece. And I was so impressed. How come I can play the piece? You can play anything if you just go through one note at a time. You know, all this idea of not paying is very impressive for me since I didn't have money. Then you imagine somebody like Marguerite Long giving you free lessons. I learned a lot from Mr. Mood. First, the security, that whatever I learned from him, it was easy. He can tell when you are tensing up, he will be behind you and tap your shoulder down. The musical concept, that everything can be musical. Fleischer will analyze, make it sound beautiful and intelligent. Munz will analyze it and put whatever she wants you to do. It will sound musical and easier and possible. It was in 1962, and Towson came and said, "Would you like to teach here?" And then my friend said, "You know what? You're going to start a music department at Towson." And it's always nice to see something grow. It's hard, it's difficult, I'm old, cannot memorize anymore. All those kind of things come into my head. But listen, I'm not going to give in to this fear. I'm learning with the sheer belief that I was taught how to learn. I'm competing with myself. I said, if you cannot do this, forget it, just give up. But if I can still do that, that means I really can still play and learn anything. I think you're asking me what would I like to be able to do if I were not doing this. By nature, my whole family are very giving. Well, because teaching is like helping. And that's my character. So if I were to be able to, I like to be in a social gathering where we are helping disasters, where we are helping, those kind of things, because it's always in my mind. I like to be a social worker.